So I feel like, there's is a little theme evolving of awareness, right? Internally and externally. So externally talking about, well, internally and externally talking about being the presence of God at all times, right? Like you are he is present and you are present in him, right? And then being internally aware of how you are and your capacity to be able to be servant or a shepherd to others in those moments, those sushi moments. Um, so yeah, like I just see that I see that like coming about and talking about that as far as awareness in general, and being present, like you a part of being aware is you being present, right? Internally as well as externally, understanding like what's going on with you as well as what's going on with you in your external environment. And I think that is like a place that I remember listening to Jenny Allen when she was talking to a pastor, like an underground pastor in Iran or whatnot. And he was talking about that he had come from, he had met his wife. His wife is like, and it was an Iranian, and then they came back here to the United States, and they were pastors for a while. And I don't actually know who this pastor is because he was like underground. And he basically said that they ended up leaving the United States and going back to Iran in order to grow an underground church for simply because like it was revealed to him that like as Americans or just American culture or just what he was seeing, they were feeling was that people are in a lullaby here in America. And a lot of people, that were just not aware. And I think that that's like a coping mechanism. I think that it has a lot to do with society in general and how like there's all these things set up for you to live in a state of unawareness. So that way you don't dig into who you are as a person, how you're connected with other people, community, how you're connected with God, and how this big world, how we're actually supposed to be living, right? And it just gives you a false sense of protection or whatever it may be, and we are like in this lullaby state, and I just know like having moved out to our farm was one of those key moments even before then as it was building up. And it's, also parallel to a lot of things going on in my life that it was like this veil was torn off, right? And I was very aware of so many things, and that being present, and that, I mean, God is everywhere, and taking, I think, daily and even moment by moment, you realize you're like, oh, I was in a trance, right? I was just living life and not thinking about, that God can be here, there, that I could have been a servant in that time, or been aware of God speaking to me in that moment. Because there's all these little things. It's like in the birds, like like little birds that flutter by, like the animals and nature and all that is something that I connect with, and God speaks to me through those little things. But anyways, all that to say, awareness internally and externally is so key to being present.